All right. We'll go ahead and call the May 2026 board meeting to order. If we could have a roll call, please.
Allen. Here. Miller.
Here.
Minders.
Yes.
Manthey.
Yes. All right, let's quorum. Rise and say the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Updates, the grant was submitted for the solar panels. It came in just over 500,000, 512,000 is what the battery and solar system ended up being. So that's what was submitted for, and we'll be back in a few months. We are, I believe, still in the running for bypass funds, and I expect Fairgram will let us know if we get those within the next month or so as well. So hopefully some good news in that regard. It's been 1 year with you guys. I know it's not felt that long, of course, but it's been fun. I don't know if you guys saw my presence here in review. I'm not going to read it verbatim, but I just want to thank you all as well. When I was on the board for my last year, I spent 14 and a half hours in your seats, and you guys spent 50. So I appreciate that. 50 hours of work, 27 ordinances. For reference, Shannon averaged less than 6 ordinances per year since the turn of the century. So if you want to do the math, more ordinances were passed last year than in a normal 4-year term. So I'll just ask that that be put into the record for safekeeping. But I appreciate you all. Any trustee comments? All right. And Tracy, just go ahead and go now if you'd like,
Okay.
but I know we're agenda number
First, I
one.
have some resident, let's take those 3 minutes for a couple questions I have about resident events and highlights. I was wondering if you folks had the outcome of the community poll about the proposed project for a center of some sort. And I also wanted to know if you had put together, organized some of your own personal goals for the project.
Here is the result of that. You can have that copy.
Okay, so coming up on top was public library and in a large event space.
Yeah.
Activity area.
We had a discussion on this last month or the month before that. In the general sense I got from the trustees, I just wait to see what the community, the group that's doing that, the first move they'd like to make. And I expect that group will be convening again at some point. We got a list of names. So I expect it to be a much wider audience than just the 12 or so people that made up the first 2 meetings, and we'll go from there. But the general sense I got from the trustees said, sounds like a good idea maybe in the future. Let's see what the community wants first, or at least this private group, since they're talking about donating funds and raising money. I mean, any trustee can add to that, but that's the general sense that I got.
Well, I'm excited about the project, and I was just wondering if you had laid out any goals, if you had maybe a committee that culminated some ideas, and were you all more personally thinking what would be best for us?
The discussion that we had was all on the record. This board doesn't have any committees or something to that effect. I was at both of the earlier meetings, so I can say that what was discussed there kind of aligned with that. There were discussions whether it should be down here on Market Street or build up on the west side or the east side of town. The poll has Lions Park, I believe, as the #1 location. And we're going to be discussing Lions Park tonight as well, generally. You know, my goal, the library is interesting because, one, we can get revenue for it in a way that we couldn't for other projects. Last thing I want to do is add more taxes, though, but it does allow the village to be more involved. I think the ultimate endpoint of that community center will be the village maintaining it or taking over. but not to be at the forefront, to allow donations to go through some 501c3 and really let the community and the people who are donating decide how they want it to function. Though I think the ultimate end goal is for the village to handle it and maintain it. We'll see. It's very early. There's only been 2 meetings of that informal group. And like I said, we got a list, a few dozen names of people who want to come and give their input as well. Very early stages.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you mentioned revenue, and just thinking about some goals that I think that the village should look at and consider is, my number one would be creating revenue, of course, to bring the bottom line up. It's important. Also creating jobs, I think, is really important when you look at a space like that. It needs to have good ROI. You want to build something that is just going to be a cost driver. And of course, creating jobs also creates morale and sustainability for the town. People will want to move here because there may be that opportunity. I would like to see something that's not repeating. I feel that Lanark already has a library. I don't know that that's really maxed out right now. I think it's a good library. It's it's certainly not the New York City Public Library by any means, but it's, I think, decent. And I certainly wouldn't complain, raised our girls going to that library. But I think something that's a draw, something that another town doesn't have, is something to really consider, because we want to build more, we want to have more residents here. And so I think that we have a large influx of younger families, and they might see something. I know it was only number one. I only got 1 vote. I put pool on here, 1.
I think it's +1, right? Isn't there a few?
It says 1.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
see pool anywhere
Well,
else.
Yeah, the pool wasn't an option. That's why. I will let you know
Yeah.
that there were a few residents that
Yeah.
asked about it, even though it wasn't an option.
Right. But the nearest pool is Freeport, and I think that would really check off a lot of boxes. The large event space, you can have the small group space, you have the workout area, you can develop into that. You have jobs, lots of lifeguards, concession stand. It could be with Lions Park, and you could put a new concession stand that could serve both areas over there if we got that land. So consider that. Not duplicating, I think, is really important. And be a feature, something that other folks don't have and that folks have to kind of drive for. I think would be cool. Longevity, more jobs, and something neat. But I hope that goes well, and I think the town will be really excited to hear the results. Maybe you published them already on Insta.
I did not publish it. I just shared it with the board and shared it with the group. So maybe I will post that and
Yeah,
before the
people
next
like to
meeting.
know.
Yeah.
Get people's minds going and maybe some more interest.
Definitely. Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you.
Consent agenda. You guys haven't viewed it. We'll go to the reports while you guys are reviewing the financial report in minutes, and then we'll go back to any questions or a motion. Bodie, you got quite a few.
Zoning, we had, I think 3 permits so far last month. Village maintenance would be, we're putting up the sewer fence now. Big thanks to Butch and Steve for helping. It's been a big help.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Safety at, no accidents. Ordinance enforcement, I wrote 13 warnings so far. No violations yet, but there will be obviously a couple coming.
13. And there's been 2 tows,
2 toes, yep.
and then working with Kip on the 2 buildings that are
Buildings that are
required.
done. Well, I will be writing a couple violations, tomorrow, so.
Well, productive first month-ish. I don't even know if
Yeah,
we've been
yeah.
doing a month.
Yeah, I've
so.
been trying to do them a certain day, but if, we're busy, so.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Thanks for the update.
Yep.
And maybe we'll post something online, because I know you said a few people were surprised when they got warnings. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll let people know that we're actually enforcing our ordinances and they will get fines, or
Yeah.
if they don't follow through. So maybe we'll post something and just kind of lay out the general idea that we have behind these warnings and eventual notices and eventually court when it comes to that. So thanks, Bodie.
Yep.
Perry?
Not a whole lot going on, just the yearly water report. I'm hoping to get that on the next water billing. Hopefully Denise doesn't have anything else to put on that water bill, and she can put the notice for the consumer confidence report on it.
And we'll get that posted online as
And then
well.
post it online as long as you guys approve Rich Stryker, I think.
All right. Consent agenda, any questions or any motions?
Perry, is that something that and I don't know how you, truthfully don't know how you do it, that's why I'm asking. Is that something we could use a QR code to save a whole bunch of space for? Where you just hold your phone up to it, it links to your,
I don't believe that's an option.
Okay.
Like,
That's what we
I mean, we could do, I'm not saying we can't do it, but you mean like put a QR code on the water bill?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible. Do you, like,
There's enough space for it.
There
It's
is,
on
the
the
way
main
that
on
they're
the load.
generated, I don't think that
Denise
there's a.
tells me I only have like 250 characters that I can put on the
no, I
water bill.
understand,
And I
but
don't,
I'm talking something.
Well, it'll be posted right on the front page of the website. And Perry and I, she's looking forward to this, are going to do a video about how to read that report this year. So that'll also be posted online.
oh yeah, I'm really excited about it. But yeah, I'm not sure. I could talk to Denise about it. Because that would be a lot easier for people to get to than the website that they have to type in letter for letter.
All right, consent agenda.
What did we buy from Kevin last year?
Fencing.
You told me that, I'm sorry.
Do I have a first?
I'll make a first.
Allen,
Yes.
Miller,
Yep.
Minders,
Yes.
Reuter,
Yes.
Anthony.
Yes.
All right.
Quick question before we move on. Did we decide what we can do and what we are gonna do with these other two accounts that we don't need, the DARE account and the police auxiliary account?
Well, I was waiting on the police auxiliary until, I think we're gonna have my hope, and I think it will happen, is either I'll call a special meeting or we'll wait until June and we'll have the sheriff's contract negotiated in full, ready to sign, which is going to come with a complete overhaul of our ordinances, because we're just gonna have to be able to get rid of whole sections because of that. And then I will be asking, I'll give you the preview, I'll be asking for me to be able to control that account. We don't need that auxiliary money. Carroll County Auxiliary is gonna be supporting the sheriff at all our large events, so I think auxiliaries like donations whenever they come. I mean, that's kind of the idea. So my plan is just to give them that money until it's dried up for all the events they do.
Okay.
The DARE account, I don't even know what that money is accounted for, who has when it was created, or if it's been spent at all. for
That
any
was
other
created
purpose.
when we were the SRO program and one of the officers was doing the DARE program at the school.
Okay,
Wouldn't doubt his name might still be on the account, actually.
so probably need to close that up at some point, either, if we want to give it to some DARE related project or just get into our general fund.
I would put it with the auxiliary money.
That too.
Yeah, I mean, it was, the money was donated and raised for police type activities, so.
Fantastic. That sounds like a good idea. Any other questions about any of the transactions or accounts or anything of that nature? All right. Move on to agenda items then. Pots and plants on Markham Street. So Tracy talked to us about this
Yeah.
last month a little bit. She
I got a
sent,
handout. Can I hand it up?
yeah, I have. I didn't print them for everyone, so.
Is that
you want-
okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's a nice color one.
Right, I know. thank you for your time on, to get on the agenda tonight. Appreciate everyone's time for just a few minutes. And I think this is probably the 6th time we've talked about it, either with Ryan or as a group. This letter has the revised project in summary. It also included a line of pictures. That first one is what Oregon had last year. That was kind of the look. That plant was about 6.5 feet tall, believe it or not. Once they put that big potted, that big leafy thing in the middle, it was really very dramatic. And we don't necessarily have to go that big and bold, but these pots are as big as that and could go that big if we wanted them to. And then there's this black pot is the actual pot. It stands about 41 inches high, so it's about hip height, real wide too, 31 inches wide. When Ryan and I met each other in the street by the bank, we talked about, it was his idea that in order to do a little memorial plaque holder, originally we were gonna put it on the light pole, which the pots would be above, so you could conceivably have 2 plaques donated by the village of Shannon, for example, in memory of the Reuter family, donated.
I'm still here, dear.
We've got lots of Reuters. Anyway, so he suggested a little sign like this that we could basically stick in the plant. And then we'll order a little sign, and so you can see that, and then we can use it ear to ear, hopefully nobody steals it. I have the numbers here. And we're just coming back to ask to be a partner with us. The real value of this is that it's gonna be really a gift to the village of about $9,400, which if you went on your own, you wouldn't have that $9,400. You'd have to do the 9,400 or something less than that, maybe not as quite as amazing and beautiful, and then do the maintenance. So this is I love this part, the idea of this partnership. By the way, the spec for the plant is here again. It's on page 2. So if you want to bore yourself with the details. This pot is really big. It holds like 40 gallons. I don't know how many gallons. 40 gallons of water. And you only have to water it once every 2 weeks, Bodie. Good for you, sir. You're not going to have to be out there all the time. Some go up to 3 weeks. It depends on how much plants you have in it, obviously. And I also sent a link if you wanted to look at that little video. Again, love that it's American made. If we can continue to see export costs going up, that'll insulate us a little bit. Also, we know that we can get it a little bit faster. It doesn't have to go through the Strait of Hormuz or anything like that.
Bodie and I talked about this, kind of the ideas we had, and I think we're both on board with this. So.
What are they made out of?
It's like a polypropylene hard plastic. They're not very heavy, empty. You can move them around, but full, they're gonna be very heavy, and we can leave them there all winter. So you won't have to move them around once we put them there.
And they have a lifetime warranty too.
You leave them full of water?
Not full of water.
That doesn't sound like a good
No,
idea.
but we can leave the soil in it, and that'll keep them from blowing away.
Do they have a drain plug in them?
They do.
Yeah.
They have a fill hole at the top and then a drain plug at the bottom.
That's cool. Okay.
Does anyone have any other questions about the product itself?
Yeah, I like these a lot.
I just didn't want them to be like concrete or something that was going to like hate salt.
Right, or
Rarely
chip,
them out.
or chip, or not being able to, and if you wanted to move them, you can.
Dying of salt.
You have to empty them, but you can move them easily, other than those big, the larger ones. We really feel that this is a great product because it's longevity, it's legacy. So if you could, if a family invests in it, by the way, these are much more expensive than the last pots. They're more than double. The last ones were all in 350, and these are gonna be 750. So we are gonna propose in our marketing to families and businesses, 2 families can go in one pot if they want, or 1 business can go in on one pot. So hopefully that spin will
Tracy,
be
what was the lead time on
6
these?
weeks.
6 weeks, okay.
Have you got any ordered yet?
We have about 7 committed. Now that was the smaller one. I had 7 all in.
But any ordered? like,
No,
actually-
I'm not, I can't order them until I have your commitment, because,
Because didn't we allocate 3,000
We
for?
already allocated 3,000. The banners are in, they're in your shop, right? And those were $1,100. Now that can be my $1,000, so.
Mhm.
so we pay for that, the community growth.
But I mean, couldn't we like pay for them just so we can get, like,
Well, you need 9,000, not
And
3,000.
we need to order 12.
didn't you say you had 7 paid for already?
That was the smaller one.
7
In other
committed.
words, he's asking how much money have you raised?
Right, well, we've raised 7 times 350. So we got a ways to go. But much bigger, more expensive.
And if, they don't get here till the end of the summer, they'll be here
No.
forever.
They won't be at the end of the summer. They'll be here soon. I'm hoping by July 3rd. Wouldn't that be amazing if we could get those all filled up for
Sure.
4th of July?
Sure.
That's like my crossed fingers, But obviously, we're not gonna go out to everybody and do this if you guys aren't gonna be committed to maintaining them. Because if I personally am gonna buy a pod, and I talk to other folks in town, business owners, just at a game with 2 business owners next to me, they really wanna know that the village is gonna bring those pots out every year and fill them back up again, right? If you're gonna buy a $750 pot, you wanna make sure that the village is gonna bring those out every year and perpetuate the beauty that that the town invested in. So it's just a suggestion, but if you wanted to take it to a motion, I did give you an option, just recapping the deeds. Because I'm on a couple boards and I know sometimes it's hard to put it into words. So this is just repeating what I have in the spreadsheet. Please take your time and thank you for your consideration.
Thanks, Tracy.
Yeah.
So was black the color you were looking at?
Yeah, the CGG had a vote, and we thought that, black was the most timeless. It's not supposed to fade, but if it does fade, it'll go to a dark gray.
Right.
So-
Well, and they have
that
a
was the
lifetime
second
warranty,
choice.
so if they do
Yeah.
fade significantly,
Right.
they'll replace them, so.
I don't expect that, but we just thought black was, the best option.
I make a motion to approve the suggested motion. I'm not gonna read all of it.
I second.
Allen,
Yes.
Miller, Minders,
Yes.
Reuter,
Yes.
Manthey.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Is this you down here?
Thank you, Tracy.
Great news.
Which motion did you use?
There's
Oh,
a suggested motion.
We highlighted one that's
Oh,
the
there you
suggested
go.
motion.
Big thing, $3,200 a year.
so I have a question to speed the process up. It's not like we don't have the money available in umpteen different funds. You want them by the 4th of July, you want flowers and by the 4th of July, we have that ability.
I was just gonna say, is it possible for us to front the money and have the CGG reimburse us as they get donations in so that we can get them on order?
We could.
Love that idea. That's
Will that
fabulous.
hinder donations?
That's what my first thought was, if they're already there.
Well.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think of that.
Well, they've slept 6 weeks.
How much money do you raise?
About
7
20
times
About
350.
2,100.
So
Yeah,
we would still
87.
need.
So in a
Yeah.
month, if we could be halfway there, could we meet them halfway there?
Yeah, but if we approve it at the June meeting, they won't be here by July 3rd. I mean, they'll be here by mid-July, which is
What
still.
what he does in his ordering is a mysterious thing, and that's not my problem.
The minimum is 12 to get that price break. Originally, they were $6.99. We got them for $6.29.
What's your thoughts, Tracy? Do you think it would hinder donations if we fronted the money
Or maybe just don't get the pots and don't put them out until people
until
actually.
they're spoken for?
I mean, I don't know, I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it would. I don't think so.
Kind of stinks.
We're not
Thank you.
I'm not gonna go
Right,
out
they're
and,
gonna
when
pull
we
out
present
and stuff
to
like
it, it's,
Right.
we'll be highlighting the fact that the village is
Well, no.
supporting it with the ongoing maintenance.
Or we could we would just, or we could do it where we have them and hold the ones that are not
Sponsored?
sponsored in storage
I
and
agree.
fill the ones that are sponsored and just put those ones out and we can bring them out as they get sponsored, maybe?
I mean,
I
put
guess
them
it kind
out
of
and
depends on
they'll
the
have.
flowers.
It'll have the
Whatever
whole
acre.
Yeah, because
That's
as the season goes, trying to get flowers
We would want to
gets harder and
buy
harder.
and them all together. We'll get the best price point. And we could just have them,
And we
It's
can
all
put
in the
them all out
marketing.
and just do the
Announcing.
holders for the ones that have.
Well,
you
it
know,
may
that will
even
know.
help marketing if they can see it there and say,
Right.
this could be
Yes.
yours.
Yes, you drive by,
Mhm.
point it out, yeah.
Mhm. And then commemorate it when they purchase, when they invest, you give them the plaque and maybe a little certificate, you know, that they can have.
Yeah.
Say,
So they're like a yearly basis too, or is that like a lifetime?
the
donation?
plaques?
Yeah.
No, it's just one time pot and then the plaque.
Yeah, they're
That's
essentially
the pot
buying
Yeah.
the pot.
That's what we.
Correct.
They're
sold
buying the
that
pot,
product.
you're gonna
They're
have to
buying
put
the
the plaque
pot,
in every year, yes.
the plaque and then the flowers.
That's what you're
for the
asking,
first
isn't
year.
it?
And the
I
labor.
just didn't know if it's, if, you know, if like J-Rod donates, it's theirs forever.
You have to
Yeah.
keep track of pot A and plaque A.
No, I
All the
think
pots
it's
are the same.
donated. No, yeah. All-
Mine
they're all
are
the
different
same.
flowers,
Yeah.
so you don't know.
They're not buying the flowers, we are.
One time.
How long does that thing stick in there then?
No,
Oh,
you just
I
put it in. Yeah, you keep
Yeah,
the pile of
It's the
sticks.
same investor for every, that pot, so if
Oh.
it's J-Rod's for that pot, it will always be J-Rod's for the pot.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's not
Do they have
necessarily
to
that
donate-
pot.
Do they know?
Well,
Just
they get
any
it.
pot.
But,
Do
yeah.
they donate every year?
No.
Or is it
They're
just-
buying the pot,
Just the
They're
one.
buying the pot.
Yeah, the pot, the soil, the flowers for the first
Pot
year, and
A,
the
I
film.
mean, maybe in 10
Pot
years,
B,
we don't have to have the plaques in every one, but at least.
Well, that
within
just
10
hurt,
years.
that just hurt donations right there.
But,
Okay,
Well,
my
in 10 years, we're gonna throw them away, dear.
but, you know, that kind of
Give
opens the
them to
door
them.
as far as, okay, you can reach out to them in each year. Do you plan to do flowers again this year? You did flowers last year for your donated pot. No, cool, whatever. Shake your head at me right
I'm-
now.
I think you all have fantastic
Ready to
ideas.
He goes,
You all have
like your
fantastic
idea,
ideas.
but no.
Tell me how you
Whatever.
really feel.
Anyways,
I mean, what we could do is just, commit the money and get them ordered by a certain date. I mean,
Yeah.
or half of it, or whatever you need. If we need them by July 3rd, you're really looking at only a few weeks, right? So, 1, 2,
I would
I
say
make
they-
the motion,
they
we
would-
make this Bodie's problem.
May 26th, so you have 3 weeks. And whatever is not raised by then, the village will supplement for the time being. Is that what we want to do?
I do have to order the 12 for the minimum price.
Right, so
Can't
you,
do a partial order.
Yeah.
6 weeks, I mean,
They would need to, if we want them in and potted and everything before the 4th of July celebration, we'd have to order them probably by the middle of May.
very quickly.
So I make a motion that we, as a board, front the money and then have the CGG reimburse us with the donations as they get out to purchase the plants.
I'll second
No,
it.
that's- You're right, you said 629, right?
Provided we don't make this Bodie's problem, we never talk about it.
629 times 12,
Yeah.
75, 48.
Yeah, and then we
Flowers,
got,
dirt.
yeah, flowers,
Right.
dirt,
Right.
plaque.
So,
Which
right
I,
at
holder.
2,100, and then we have 3 in.
But the 750 is all
approved already,
in.
right? Or no?
the 750 is all in.
The 750 is all in.
Well,
Yeah.
we
mine's talking
just
about the
voted to approve
$9,400.
$3,200.
You know what I'm saying?
The pots.
For
I have no idea what you're talking
Yeah, and that's
about.
in
I'm sorry.
addition to the 9,000, because
No.
that's just maintenance and flowers and dirt. So that 3,200 we
Yeah.
approved is in addition to the 9 grand we're
Okay,
essentially
That's for the
funding.
maintenance.
That's what I wanted to know. Okay,
Mhm.
got it.
I just made a motion to approve.
We got
us
first and
funding the
second. Roll call, please.
Allen? Yes. Miller?
Yep.
Minders?
Yes.
Reader?
Yes.
Manthi?
Yes.
All right, you and Bodie.
We had two conversations again, I'm sorry.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Yes.
You guys are awesome.
Let's see, don't.
Come on, come on, come on. Give me
Please
love.
don't
Give me
trip.
love. Give me love. Give me love.
Oh, you're really getting those-
Thank you, everybody. This is great.
All right,
And this lady too, because she was a big part of it. Thank you.
all right. Bodie, you keep in contact with Tracy whenever you guys want to order.
Okay.
Well, we can order them today.
I'm on it. I was just talking to Jack from Earth Planner yesterday, so.
Get them ordered
all
and we'll
right, I'm
reimburse.
on it tomorrow.
Or you can send the invoice to us for now and
Okay.
see how it goes. Thanks, Tracy.
Bye.
All right, Lions Club for fireworks. They didn't actually ask me, but I figured I'd put it on.
It should be on the list, and we could put it on the list from now till, they stop having the 4th of July. Okay, we should talk about it every year.
$3,000 is what we did last year.
In the spirit of the 250th anniversary of the United States of America, any and all money will be accepted.
Well, that's down here, number 6. you'll
I
see
did my
that.
Lions Club due diligence there, did you?
Well, I think
notice
it's-
that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Was nice, Kyle.
We could talk about that with America 250, what we want to do with that. I brought this up last year with your dad, I think, or someone, and you know, at a certain point, there's only so much fireworks people probably want to watch. 20 minutes, I think it went on last year, but
Well, they could shoot them off faster for you. I know it brings a lot of people to town and there's a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
people that enjoy it.
There are, yeah.
there. And I want to discuss how we can maybe capitalize on that this year. Because, I mean, it had to, our population has to swell by double during 4th
The
of
biggest
July.
days are fireworks day and the day of the parade.
Yeah, yeah.
Our town population
The
quadruples. on
3rd
both
of
those
July
days.
and, yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
like he said, that Monday, yes.
Labor Day.
Yes.
Maybe we should talk about this with America 250 then, what we want to do. I had it on the agenda.
Well,
for
no, the
later.
Lions Club will take you $3,000. Don't misunderstand.
No,
Any of them, all additional money, they'd be happy to accept.
Well, I'd be more than open to giving them more money. I just wanted to get from the board, so we're going to discuss number, I think it's on the
I plugged
official
that-
agenda.
I
It's
plugged that about as hard as I could do that now. It's still
on the
set up
official
for it.
agenda, it's 7. I actually
Yeah.
switched it before I posted it, but I didn't let you guys know. So number 7 and number 2, we'll talk about what would we like to do for America 250, if anything. Any ideas? I had one. I'd like to do memorial maybe in one of our parks for it. Here's something I came up with. I got a little carried away with the 1776 theme. That's America's first flag, if you
I was
don't
just
know.
saying, that looks like a British
That's America's first flag in 1776. I was getting a little carried away with the 1776, so we could do the normal Betsy Ross flag that was adopted the next year in 77. But, you know, this was something I was thinking about, put it in one of our parks. You know, memorial plaque, quote the Declaration, things of that nature. But I'm open to anything for the 250th. I think it's something worth celebrating, and if that's just more fireworks, that's fine too. But I think it'd be nice to commemorate it in some respects.
Well, I know we're always out of town over the 4th of July. That's when we take our trip because my baseball season's over then and I need a break at that point. So
He's not sober on the 4th of July.
it has been quite some time since we've been in town for the fireworks, but I recall when we first moved into town, it was a massive, huge, all afternoon and evening event. We had food trucks there. They had a barbecue competition. It was like a huge deal. Now it's just fireworks.
Soccer days.
Yeah,
So maybe
I just
going towards more of a huge
how to celebrate that.
celebration that day of the fireworks. And
I had discussed
I know it's
approving
a
a
little
liquor
late.
license for down there for one. Someone reached out to me, could put a liquor license down there, which would be great for revenue for whoever gets it and maybe encourage people to come early. Obviously, we don't want everyone intoxicated, but a few beers might be fun for everyone who partakes
that's
in
not
that.
out of the norm for a community event to have a beer tent or something like
Yeah.
that. I don't think that's total debauchery.
Yeah. So that's something I was thinking about. I agree. I mean, it's insane the number of people that are down there nowadays. So how do we encourage that? I mean, is that what our goal is then?
Yeah, I think tying them together would suffice. I don't know if doing what you had displayed looks great, but nobody's gonna utilize the bench.
Yeah. You know, it was just,
Unless you have a place that needs a bench. I mean,
We do need a bench at the park,
the
actually.
water tower.
Village Park. You got
Nobody
broke
can
last
sit at
year
the water
during
tower and go,
snowblowing.
ooh, look at the water tower.
yeah. Yeah, I was
That
thinking,
concrete one, you
Just
know what I'm talking about, Steve? And
Like, Perry's got a nice chair in there. What do you mean no one can sit at the water?
we actually do need a bench. If you wanna do something down there.
that'd be,
We
Yeah.
need to replace a bench.
Well, if that would not be a horrible idea, you could do,
something smaller than what I proposed.
well,
A little
the,
bench.
bear with me.
A bench and a rock or.
The
something.
north
bench and a
side of the
rock with
park,
the-
the yellow
With a
bench,
plaque on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
We could do that.
the north side of the park, the yellow bench that,
Lions bench.
there you go. You could put any and all insignias in the back of one of those.
Right.
Made Monroe.
Yeah, we could do something like that too, a bench with a.
I mean, if you would,
Engraved in it already, or
Yeah. Where's the bench you want to replace at the park?
it would be by the cannon, just south of the cannon,
Okay.
by the clown swing.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that'd be a
It
good
got
place.
broke. So,
Just something small like that would be fine.
I don't remember how much that was. Doris told me, but I don't remember.
I could look them up and see.
Do a
Just
little rock
making
with the
our
plaque
second
next to it too.
We could, yeah, if that's what you want. If you wanna
You
do
come up with a
something like
design, then put it right in the back of the bench.
that. I mean, we could do
Do
something
we like the
that.
quoting the declaration like I have here?
That's a lot of words.
They'll leave paint the bench red, white, blue, or whatever.
Yeah, that's
Actually, I
cool.
can read all the,
We'd have to find a big rock, but I think Fishers would probably have one. With their quarry. If you wanted to,
you want a pretty rock or do you want a square rock?
I would like a pretty
Well,
rock.
just like the
Like a
Shannon
big-
rock
like a
at
big
the park.
river rock.
Like the
Like
Shannon rock.
like a big river rock, like what you
Oh,
have in
that's-
Fisher.
Yeah, I mean, just something that looks nice. I mean, if they want to, I didn't look into rock
We
prices.
could go out to
but
like South Dakota and get a big old chunk of granite.
Yeah,
Right back.
something like that, put a plaque on it, dedicate the bench to America.
I could get some numbers together.
Yeah.
For the next meeting, or if you wanna do it sooner.
Well, if it's gonna be part of, like,
Try to
Then
get
if we're gonna
everything
like
needs to be going.
dedicate it that the day of fireworks and things need to move
now.
They can
probably
happen next
before
meeting.
next
Probably
week.
should have ordered the bench about 6 weeks ago.
Well, we have 8 weeks, so maybe we can get it in quick. We are doing all the banners, other than the Welcome to Shannon and the Proudly Eastland banners, are all America 250 as well that were came in. So those will be decorating downtown
Yeah,
this
When
week.
do you want to put those up?
yeah. Whenever you can get away from playing corn.
So we are doing that as well.
I'm shooting for Thursday or Friday. Can you
Oh,
get away
you were
for a
serious.
minute?
Oh, he was serious. Oops.
I like Steve's
it's
idea
only
of
gonna take
it being like red, white, and
It's
blue.
getting too
Oh,
late.
the bench?
Yeah.
I did not hear that. I think that's a great idea, Steve.
What's that?
The bench being red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do
It
that.
could be an American flag. That'd be cool. I don't know how much this will cost. Any idea?
Well, Bill Faust does airbrush, I think. Maybe he could do it.
I'm sure he would.
I say,
I'm sure.
Dairy me
he can-
couldn't. I bet he could.
Oh, I guarantee you, he can do anything.
Yeah.
You talk to him and see.
Five. You think $5,000 for all this?
Well, it's, yeah.
That'd be more than sufficient.
Oh, talk to Bill
I don't think
Herman.
Swanson's cost that much.
Bill Herman would be able to help you with your rock and your plaque. He sells monuments. They make monuments out of rocks.
Okay. Funeral home rocks?
$4,000?
Before they're the
We don't want a tombstone.
No. Before they're the shiny rocks, they're round and square and all sorts of funny colors.
I mean, you can just say $5,000. I will try not to spend that much. You know what I mean? I will keep it.
I got a $1,000 buffer in case, if we need it.
I don't think it'll be
No, I don't think so
even
either.
remotely that close, but
No.
I don't know what rocks. I have no idea what rocks cost.
The plaque, I looked at plaques, that's gonna, if we did a bronze plaque 18 by 12, that's gonna be $1,250 to $1,500 probably. So,
And the bench is probably, I would guess, in the neighborhood of 1,000 to 1,500.
The rock probably $100,000.
yeah, so we're right around 4. So if we say 5,
and
call it a day, and we'll see if we can get it done by July 3rd.
Yeah.
Nothing like the whole 250 thing snuck up on us.
Came out of
Hasn't been
nowhere.
gonna happen for 200.
All right.
I don't know what we gotta do, but I hate this.
Can I have I would like a motion, please, for $5,000 for America 250 commemoration, which would be a park
or maybe
bench.
if what we don't spend, we could chip back into the Lions.
Yeah, anything
So that's
Under
$5,000.
five.
Is that $5,000 for fireworks? That's what I heard you say?
Well, if it's 4, then you get another extra 1,000. I don't know. It's just an idea.
I'm
Yeah.
just picking on it at this point.
Any motion for the park bench memorial with a rock and plaque at the park?
Motion.
With a expected cost of $5,000 or less. First by Minders, do we have a second?
Yes. Be different if we didn't have the money in the park account right now.
Yes, we do.
But, yeah.
Oh, I didn't say that part. If you didn't see my little update. Accounts are up 28% this year, by the way. So we did good.
So anybody who's wondering online where we're dreaming up the numbers, there's $21,167 in the park fund. I think we'll be okay.
All right, first by Minders, second by Reuter. Roll call, please.
Allen? Yes. Miller?
Yep.
Minders?
Yes.
Reuter?
Yes.
Manthi?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right, going back to fireworks specifically then. 3,000 is what we did last year. Make the motion you would like.
I'm not gonna make it being the only Lions Club member on the board.
I think stuff's went up in the last 6 months, maybe 4.
Be fine.
I didn't say I would second it.
$4,000 and what's ever left over from the memorial.
That's up to Steve. I'm just a second.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll second it.
All
I
right.
am Paul Myers in this deal right now.
Okay, Allen?
Yes.
Miller?
Yep.
Minders?
Yes.
Reuter?
Yes.
Manthi?
Yes.
All right,
We are
fantastic.
spending all kinds of money today. Hey,
It's in the park fund. Remember Kyle just said that.
I like it though. We're good. It's nice to.
Speaking of spending money, dangerous buildings.
Hey, pause
Oh,
one
wait.
second.
I-
No, this is an actual something about the 4th of July. We have what I would consider one of the nicest celebrations with fireworks.
Yeah.
For the size of community we have.
Mhm.
And I want you to know how much the city of Freeport spends on fireworks is nothing. City of Freeport doesn't donate to their fireworks. That brings tremendous amounts of people to town. So thank you to the village of Shannon for doing that. Okay, now I'm done with my Lions Club hat.
I think whoever
Did-
decided to do a July 3rd was pretty smart too, because
That was not a choice. That was a default because the people we have that shoot them off on the 4th in Stockton. So they're not available on the 4th for
Oh.
Shannon. So your choices were the 3rd or the 5th. And we have them on the 3rd unless it rains, then we have them on the 5th.
I just like it because it's like everywhere else has it on the 4th. So that brings a lot,
Yeah.
more
Do we
people.
want to continue to discuss the possibility of a bigger celebration sponsored by or partially sponsored by the village
Sure.
at Lions Park that day leading up to the fireworks?
Yeah, like I said, I plan on approving some sort of liquor license. If someone applies for it, I'd like to encourage other businesses to get down there.
I don't know if the Lions Club, I don't know if they can allow liquor. Can they?
You're the Lions Club member, you tell me.
Yeah, well, I didn't read that part.
I could also close off a road and allow someone to put it on the road and not at Lions Park.
Well, it would be a disaster.
We were checking about getting a liquor license for one of the events we're gonna do, and I went to the county on it. They said that we didn't have, that the village could issue the
Yeah, it's
license
me.
for
Yeah.
a
Right.
specific day, that we didn't have to go and get a state license.
No, it's
No,
me.
you do have to have a state license.
For on the,
Yes. You have to have a special event license,
Especially.
and they're only available to not-for-profit corporations.
Right, right.
So a not-for-profit corporation, basically a prerequisite to get the state license is to have dram shop insurance and the
Which is the
local
most
license.
important thing of the whole outfit, is the Graham County insurance.
The county would have nothing to do with.
Yeah.
with
I know I'm the one that had to approve it, as the liquor commissioner here in Shannon, so. Yeah, no, my plans to do that. What else are you thinking? How else could we encourage people, get food trucks? We could reach out to Three Headed Barbecue, see if they want to come
I
down.
know there's also I don't know if they're just still doing the supper that night or not.
I don't think they've done it.
I thought they did last
They
year.
did last
Did
year,
they
and
do
then
it
we
last
had we had a taco bowl stand and another concession stand.
And then the cotton candy was popular.
Yeah.
I assume they're coming back.
Do we want a band?
Are you offering to play?
You don't want me playing anything.
That'd be fun though. Something weird to have like a
Ryan,
couple
Bodie, and
people
Brady
lined
on the
up.
drums.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe we can reach out to that Corey Pepper.
Yeah.
And see if he'd come.
and the June meeting will make it pretty quick, especially if you want to book anything, but we could reach out to nonprofits.
Does
with
the
ideas they
CDG have any plans for that evening?
Yes, we're gonna do what we did last year. We're working on, the dunk tank, which was imploded last year. Was that right after you?
Yeah, right after me.
you-
I was gone.
And then we're gonna do another food concession stand, and then we're gonna be doing the, the souvenir stand.
Okay. Any thoughts, Tracy? How we can get more people there earlier?
Well, we were trying to do, I talked to you about that last year, about doing a,
No, I know, but any
Yeah.
additional plans on how we can get bigger and better this year for 250?
I mean, more food and more, extra stuff. Like Freeport, when they do theirs, they've got the hatchets and the different activities for the kids.
Yes.
Petting zoos always draw little kids.
Yeah.
The fire department used to do a kickball tournament.
We all got older.
Huh?
We all got older.
They did, they used to do.
Yeah,
a
we used to do
tournament.
kickball tournament. There's nothing saying we can't do that again. We literally played the fire department versus anybody who would come, which is usually the kids.
I'd say a car show,
Is
but
there
I
any
don't know
baseball
where we would
teams
call
that
it
you
cars.
could sponsor, like the village against something, or, I don't know.
Our big-
present that way?
Our league is done before the 4th of July.
Well, that doesn't mean you can't make them come.
Well, no, you could literally invite somebody to play a baseball game there that night.
Yeah, so like last year for German Valley Days, they did an exhibition game and invited one of the Eastland teams to come and play a German Valley team.
I remember doing that.
And that was during like their carnival celebration, and they had fireworks after the game.
Timber Valley Days.
Yeah, German Valley Days.
And if you get Eastland High School, teens to come, you're gonna get all the parents from Eastland High School is gonna be there early, so that'll attract people in.
I know it will be nearly impossible to get a high school team to play because most of the varsity boys play competitive travel ball and are traveling. That's a big weekend for travel ball tournaments. So
That's the no contact week for
and
IHSA
yeah, it's
now, too, I think.
IHSA no contact week as well. So getting any of the school teams involved would be a no go.
How much of some of the adult men that live in our town, or not the geriatric?
You'd be better off to get a
Or
standing team of
women,
little leaguers.
do a co-ed team.
Shannon
and
versus
just
Lane.
act,
Yeah.
this against this type of thing. So-
Leonard board against Shannon.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Just get a co-ed so
I'll be the
they
catcher.
fill the team.
I was gonna say, Steve, you're running the bases for us.
Gotta get the spring on there.
We could approach Lanark, see if they want to come do something with us, make it more of an Eastland thing. I don't know if the Lanark would be interested in that, but certainly Lanark comes here on the 3rd of
A
July.
teacher's game could be fun.
We could subsidize, the hatchets or any other games or trucks, give them like a $200. We just pay them $200 to come and say, hey, thanks for coming. Try to incentivize them. I don't know how much those businesses cost to come here and set up, but if, we tell them, hey, we'll give you $200 to come do it for a few hours.
Yeah, and then the
Might get
other
enough
thing
of them
is
here.
that we need to market it once we
Well,
decide
that's-
what we want to do
Well,
to make it effective.
I agree. And maybe they're all already booked up, I don't know. 3rd of July.
So I just sent a text message to one of our Lions Club members.
It's actually a Friday night.
He goes, well, I assume we're doing it, but we haven't talked about not doing it. Anyway.
The fireworks?
The pork chops.
Oh, okay.
Could you do some jumping things like we do at?
Like bouncy houses and stuff for the kids?
Something, maybe.
Yeah.
Something for the kids to do, instead of just
Yeah.
running around tackling each other.
They do that on bouncy houses too.
That is very true.
But at least
It's very true. I don't know who's in
That's
charge
it.
of
I mean, there's gonna be so
watching
many
those.
kids.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, the thing is, you need a lot of stuff because it's gonna be double the people in Shannon. So we need a lot of things going on. If we have 4 bouncy houses, there's gonna be 100 kids in each one. So
If there's a company out of Winnebago, I would tell you to call. If you want bouncy houses.
How's like the power grid there? Is it?
not great.
Well, it's fine as long as we don't dig through it.
Well, I mean, actually, it is really good. They upgraded because we used to do the barbecue competitions out there, and they had Bacher days out there. So when we did all of that stuff, they upgraded everything, but a lot of that stuff hasn't been used. And
It would need to be tested before you would go use it. I don't know that you would plug more than 1 or 2 food trucks in. So if you're gonna invite food trucks, I tell them bring your generators.
Self-contained.
Yeah, they would need, I mean, we
but
can
as
get,
far as bouncy houses,
we can get them 110 easy.
we could power some bouncy houses.
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah,
But food trucks,
food trucks is another story.
a whole bunch of those, I think a
That
lot
would
of,
be a problem.
because there were lines that went through and when stuff was being done out there, and some of them didn't get repaired because we're like, those posts out there, we're never using those.
Oh, that was phone line.
Oh, that was just the phone line?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no internet out there either.
The, oh my heavens. 110 is easy. Something else, if we could talk, I don't know that we've ever talked about porta potties, but might not be a horrible idea.
There's one out by the back diamond already that will be there through the 4th of July,
Okay.
but nobody goes out there because that's where the fireworks get set up. But I could talk to the guys that we rent those for the baseball season and see if they could move,
They move them down there for the weekend?
move that one and the one from the elementary school over for the weekend.
Well, if you have a beer garden, you're definitely gonna need more porta potties, so.
Oh, you're right. I mean, this is not a small thing. It'd be like another $5,000, I'd imagine. Porta potty, bouncy houses.
Who's gonna run all of that? Are you gonna man all the things? Or?
I think it would be a group effort.
A group effort would be him
Keep
and
in,
Well,
Doug.
you know.
keep in mind what I said. I am out of town for 2 weeks, so I will be not able to help.
Be on a bender.
So just checking, I want, you know,
I will be
because
in
we
Northern
only have 2
California.
months basically. that
It's very
we are
quick turnaround.
Trying to plan some extravagant
Yeah.
things.
I like the food truck idea though.
The
And
food
the
truck
beer
is
garden,
pull
ice
in
cream
and it
truck.
takes care of itself.
Ice cream, that would be good.
Right.
Right, incentivizing.
I won't be here, but my favorite one is the
No.
chicken and waffles truck. I'm sorry.
Right, that doesn't have to have any oversight.
Right,
Really?
no,
They park
those
at,
ones.
Bounce houses
Like
can
once a
use some
month.
oversight, I guess not required.
Well,
Usually parents are over there, you know,
yeah,
Or they should be.
they
there
should
should
be.
be.
That's true.
I mean, there's no oversight during Labor Day weekend.
No,
Right.
there's not.
Kids are going crazy, so.
Your gas.
Right, jump at your own risk.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm for all of it.
Just go out.
I just won't be here.
Nice.
I'm
Do it
sorry.
all.
That's priceless.
So here's another question. Does anyone want to get all this together? Or are we all looking at me? Does anyone have,
You brought it up, buddy.
I mean, I can help facilitate like contacting.
and we should try to contact Lions to make sure their insurance will cover all of these shenanigans
We
happening.
just
at
learned how
Lions.
to do that the correct way.
Yeah,
All we have to do is come up with a plan and let them know, let Lions International know what's going on,
yeah.
which is a really nice worded email.
I mean, we could always shut South Stand down from.
The what?
From Elizabeth,
Yeah.
Hook or something.
From
You don't
a
want
practical
to.
standpoint, to get a special event retailer's license, there has to be a not-for-profit corporation that would apply for it. And they would have to have dram shop insurance, they'd have to get a city license. They would have to file the application would have to be filed with the Illinois
You're
Liquor
talking
Control
specifically
Commission.
for just the liquor license.
Right.
Okay.
So
So if they,
timing wise, and I'm pretty familiar with this because I do the one for Minor Gold Settlers Day in lieu of paying dues.
Mhm.
So, right now it's ready to go out from my office for the end of June this week. And it's usually pretty fast because I've been doing it for 25 years, but, for a first time, it might be, so if somebody's gonna do that, timing might be short to get something by
This
the 4th of
week.
July.
This week you would have to go on.
So we
that.
would have to have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not necessarily saying that
Yeah.
the turnaround from the state is, but I mean, there would have to be a not-for-profit corporation would have to have a city license and have to have in order to get the city license, they'd have to have dram shop insurance, the dram shop, and, and.
so in other
and all
words,
that
for
would
it to
be
even
necessary
be
to apply
possible,
for
it
the state.
almost needs to be one of the 2 bars that already exist in
No,
town.
they're not.
Well, now, if an existing license holder wants to set something up, that might be a little easier because I think that you can grant them like an off-site,
Yeah.
temporary
Okay.
off-site use or something like that, which kind of everything goes under their existing dram shop insurance and under their existing state license and everything like
You
that.
can
So
talk
that
to Pete or J-Rod.
so that might be an easier way to go about doing it, at least
That
for
seems
now.
to be the
rather
only
than-
feasible way to get it done between now and the 3rd of July.
But I'm saying if Lions don't allow alcohol, we could shut down.
Yeah.
South Haven from
Official
River Street or.
Yeah.
I would say though that if we are going to go down that route, that we need to have clear parameters of, they need to set up a separate tent. It has to be fenced off. They have
Oh,
to have
yeah.
someone working the doors to ID people to make sure that the people going in are 21. All of that stuff has to be,
Yeah, above the board.
discussed prior to granting them the special license to.
I would imagine the Illinois Liquor Commission would send somebody out if it's a first time event too, because about every 4 or 5 years, they'll send somebody to Old Settlers Day to see if they've got the signs up and see if they have all that other stuff. So
Well, specifically for the liquor license, I'll reach out to the 2 bars. You're saying that's probably the fastest way to get it done the first time around. But that's just one facet. I mean, if we don't have a beer garden down there, that's fine.
And
There'll
also,
still be plenty to
they,
do.
if they want to bring, if they want to schedule a band, I know that sometimes J-Rods has bands in the bar. So if they want to do that in their tent, we can talk to them about, granting them the ability to do that. I don't think we should take that on as a board,
Right.
but we would be open to allowing them to schedule a band to come in that night if they wanted to.
That might get a little sketchy with the neighbors.
Well, I'm not saying let them play till 1 a.m.
No, I mean, it'd
Just
be
till the
5
fireworks.
till fireworks.
I was just saying, before the fireworks?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, no.
okay.
I imagine after the
Really?
fireworks, we're still closing everything down. I'm imagining this being early, not an all-night type event.
Yeah,
And
like
that's
an
why they don't have the beer
afternoon
garden
into
for
the evening event.
Labor Day anymore. 'Cause neighbors were not happy that there was music.
Back when the beer garden was in a residential area.
The one and only year that they had the beer garden.
So
My
back
dad
then,
was
the
the
beer
president.
garden was
That's the
basically
only reason I
where
know
the
that.
front pad of the fire station is.
Yeah.
The new fire station.
Oh, there was a beer garden just a few years ago. Well, maybe longer than that now, maybe 10 years ago. The back parking lot behind
Bubba's.
Bubba's was
Yeah.
turned into a beer garden for 1 year, and that was only granted for 1 year because it was a disaster.
Really?
Well, Bubba was involved.
Planning.
Yeah.
Probably miss
So that's why I say we need to make sure that all of, whoever we grant that special permit to has a clear and concise plan of where they're going to set up, what area is going to be, all of that stuff.
see, the only one I'm aware of was years ago, there was somebody actually formed a Shannon Community Club that's similar to the Lanark Community Club. And they did set up a beer tent kind of between the one unsafe building and the fire station on that street over there. But at that time, all the bar owners were incensed because it took away business from them.
Was that the year Dwyer and Michaels were here?
It might have been, yeah.
And by the
That's-
end,
that's
all
what-
the money had disappeared.
That was why that didn't ever, I think the group that had it had all kinds of problems and
All right, well, that's one facet of the whole thing. What about everything else?
I mean, as far as, I do think reaching out to food trucks, inviting them out, I think that we should have a plan of where we want them set up at though. What are your thoughts? I mean,
I would love to have the Lions with someone, not me, because I'm nobody in the Lions Club, kind of involved with that discussion, because if they're going to do their pork chop barbecue as their fundraiser, which they usually do, that would be, unless your food trucks are donating some kind of money back to the Lions, you're kind of shooting them in the foot, if that makes any sense.
yeah, I
Your
understand
ice
that.
cream truck.
Now, I was just saying, if you're gonna do
Something that they're
something
not-
that's not a meal, ice cream,
Scone.
Cotton candy.
cotton candy,
Coffee
That-
truck.
yeah.
I have to
That's-
review, but I think on the liquor license, I can put any conditions on a temporary one, so maybe 10% of, net or gross profits go to the Lions Club.
And guys, I'm just saying that's Well, that's kind of how they help pay for the fireworks, I'm not gonna lie. So- But that's if they're, I assume they're doing it. They have not talked about it yet.
What about, here's just another thought, if we're gonna close down that road, would the Lions Club be interested in setting up their bingo that afternoon and doing bingo leading up to it too?
Closing that road is I don't want to say it's a disaster, but trying to control the traffic on that road with, and this is not a dig against the sheriff's department, without people to do it is a disaster.
It'd only be a block.
Lions Park's 2 blocks long.
Well, from Elizabeth to Cook, you just do that block. One block.
If, honestly, if you would decide ahead of time that this is the way in and this is the way out, would help immensely. Does that make sense?
Definitely would want to get the auxiliary here
Yeah.
for this event.
That would help. Do I see them I mean, they could do it they could do that in the shelter house. Be a lot less logistical nightmare of that. I don't know that.
I was just thinking of,
On the 4th Wednesday of the month, it's the Lions Club meeting.
Here's the thing, we can call a special meeting in 2 weeks and we can reach out. I know everyone wants to come back here, but we could call a special meeting in 2 weeks, talk to the Lions. I can talk to one of the bars. I'll talk to the sheriff. You know, he's about to sign a contract. And I'm going to turn around and say, hey, we're going to make this event huge, by the way.
Putting it away right away.
You know,
Surprise.
We're gonna exercise this contract.
yeah, exactly. It is in their contract that they will do the 4th of July, but you know, we could come reconvene
I
in
hope
2
you didn't
weeks.
write it's the 4th of July, because it isn't.
4th of July celebration, I think it says. You know, if we're serious about making this big, it can't be just us saying, get it done. We got to reach out to people, see what's available.
I mean, I have no issues facilitating, like reaching out to secure bouncy houses. I have a good relationship with the porta potty folks. We use them every year for a decade, so I could reach out to them. Obviously, I would need to know if we're granting a liquor license or not, because that would determine how many porta potties we need.
It
We
would be
also
my
need-
intent to, if one of these organizations, J. Rother Pete's, wants to do that.
We would also probably would be wise for us to sketch out Lions Park and say, you know, fireworks are set up here. This area is off limits. We're going to do food trucks here. We're going to do the pork chop dinner here. We're going to set up bouncy houses here, so that everything is laid out and we know that everything we're thinking about doing fits where we want to do it. You know what I mean?
All right. Let's plan on a special meeting. Let's start reaching out. I'll stay in contact with you, Kyle. Let's get a Lions Club meeting together too.
That would be a Mary and,
That's your dad. Your dad is the Lions Club in my mind.
he just got promoted. He's no longer in charge of Lions Park. He's now the vice president, much to his dismay.
All right.
That's what happens when you don't show up for a meeting.
No, he was there, but he was trying to protest and wasn't having any luck.
All right. So what about the idea of, you know, I just don't know what the overhead cost is for, you know, the hatchet business or trucks or the petting zoo, for example. You know, if we can say, hey, we're going to give you X amount of dollars if you come. I mean, we're going to have to pay for them. So
Right.
that's
I mean,
something
I
we
feel
want
like
to
petting
do.
zoo's probably okay.
Animals and
Having
fireworks
might be a
is
little
on
more-
Well, they're going to be
It's like
gone
a
before.
blast.
Oh, they're going to be gone.
They'll be
before.
gone before.
What time does
Yeah.
fireworks do they usually start? Like an hour?
Dark.
I know that, but
8:30, 9 o'clock.
8:30. Yeah, you would want to have the horses, you would want to
8
have the
o'clock,
ponies and the
probably.
sheep
Yeah,
loaded
give them
up
an hour to get
by
out.
7 to go.
So it'd be like what?
you know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. If we start this at 4:35, that's 4
It's a
hours of
very
activity.
specific time.
4:35. I think he meant 4:30
Oh, all right.
or 5.
I thought it was just that damn specific.
All right. Let's just start reaching out. I'll see what these businesses cost and if they're available, if they want to come too.
Do we have some sort of drawing like these of that we could zoom in on just Lions Park that gives us the layout of that?
Google.
Google
Nice
Maps.
TV over there.
Oh,
Nice looking TV over there. If somebody was on the stick, he'd be Googling it. Oh, here it comes. It's 7 acres. It's 500 feet deep. It's 700 feet long. It's,
Can we go there?
it has grass growing.
This has now
God.
been extended a little bit.
Extended a lot bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no more mud.
And the ball diamond's bigger now.
Yep.
All right. Well, this will be a big project, so
So yeah, we would need to figure out where to lay these things out and decide.
and maybe you stop the people from parking here at 5 a.m. Probably something
Good
we
luck
want to
topping that.
Right.
Good luck with
You
that.
gonna stand there with your gun and tell them they can't park there, Bernie? Because it's the only way you're gonna get the job done.
Either that or
If-
just put stakes out.
Well, if we
Put a
close
stake and a ribbon.
the road the night before,
I think that would be very unpopular. I'm just gonna
I
throw
think
that
so
out there.
too.
There's a lot of people who back their trucks up and watch the.
And they
fire trucks
love
in
to
the back of
watch
the
ground
truck.
effects and they love to sit there and let the kids play and
all right.
some things it's just best not to screw with. No offense.
Well, where are you?
But if we
You're
close
talking
the
about closing this off right here, right? Bo?
Yeah, I figured just.
So people could still come up, cook,
and
and park
People
here.
could still park. You'd still have 40, 50
What are you
parking
gonna
spots.
put in the road that you're closing the road?
Well, if we had, I mean,
If we had to do
If we
the
had
liquor
to.
license, if it can't go in Lions Park.
it's kind of a mute point right now until you guys figure out what or if.
I love how they have it, the playground labeled. That's
In case you didn't know.
The fireworks is gonna be chaos there.
Well, it's always chaos anyway. I mean, don't matter if the road's closed or not.
And yeah,
Seems like everybody's pretty patient.
Well, you gotta get it.
when not given any choice, they don't have.
That's what I mean.
You can be patient or you can be upset. Take your pick.
all right. Do we want to pursue this? Do we want to look about making this a huge event this year?
I think so. I think we should have
I
started
know
this
you're
year and
not
keep
gonna
doing it every year.
Well, maybe this is one of the things that brings people to town. I mean, it already is, but
Ryan, I will say though that I think that if we are going to do this, we are going to need to reach out to people that are outside of this room because it's a lot larger undertaking than I think all of us together could
no, I
put
agree.
together in the next 8 weeks.
I think that's something we start emailing tonight. And once we have a list of vendors, businesses, yada, yada, we reconvene maybe before the June meeting because there's a lot of things we have to do. All right. I saw enough head nods to let's see if we can make this happen. So that'll be the game plan then.
Sounds good.
Any other discussion on this tonight?
Do we want to schedule the meeting so that we all know when it is now, or do you just want to kind of?
I like just springing it on you guys.
We have a good year. We're gonna get. Oh no, there's a calendar. It's in April, but that's okay.
Yeah. Once we see if this, will actually be, who knows, maybe all these vendors are busy. I mean, it's the 4th of July and we're planning this 8 weeks out, so.
But it helps you're on the 3rd.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say, it helps tremendously.
If you would call there and say, we're gonna do a party on the 4th of July, they're going to laugh at you.
All right.
3rd, you may
So
have.
we're looking, the time frame is like from 4 to 10, basically, is what we're looking at.
Well,
4 p.m. to 10.
yeah, I mean, if anything's loud, like a band or people have to get out before the fireworks, that's fine. But yeah, after the fireworks are done, we don't want anything going on anymore.
4 o'clock until fireworks start.
Mhm.
Yeah,
'Cause-
essentially.
yeah.
Bounty houses can start going down, at 8. If the fireworks are 8:30s.
The fireworks usually are 9 or later.
Yeah.
So like 4 to 8, food trucks, bouncy houses, all the things.
Well, I would say we leave everything going until the fireworks start.
Yeah.
Because if
You
you
could
shut
literally
things
have-
down at 8 o'clock, that's the time when most of the people are there, is that
Mhm.
last hour
Right.
leading up to
Yeah.
it.
Bill could give you a warning shot. Here, you've got
5-minute warning or.
They'll shoot a firework off. You've got 10 minutes to shut her down.
That sounds like a good idea.
The guy, I have the faith in Bill. He can handle that.
All right, sounds like a good plan.
See if we can pull this out of our hats.
Real quick.
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Sounds like fun. Especially if you're not gonna be here.
I love this for you guys.
All right,
I love this for Bill.
dangerous nuisance buildings. We've done our notices. Those are both,
Uh-oh.
our legal notices are good to go. I's dotted, T's crossed. one of the owners did contact us and asked for time to fix it, but they said they don't have any money.
Or a plan to fix it.
Or a
They basically
plan.
wanted our engineer's report to tell them what they should do. And I told them, you know, basically what our engineer concluded is that the best thing to do with it is tear it down. So I invited them to come to the meeting here tonight and address the board with what their plans were and
Somehow I don't think it's those two.
And I didn't really pay any attention, but I don't think anything's been done over there. Even I know I specifically mentioned to him that there were doors unsecure and that there were people living there. Well, he kind of said at one point that the person's no longer living there, but then that the person is soon no longer going to be living there. So I don't know if but there was an individual living there, I understand, with no utilities, no water, no sewer, no.
Yeah, I believe he's in custody now, so.
So that's where that one is. That one, so I guess, did have a response from them, but it doesn't look like there's been any real action other than requesting more time and us to tell him what he should do rather than.
And I'll reach out to him. I'll see if we can resolve it amicably, or if he wants to sell it either to someone who wants to demolish it or to the village. If we save us the legal costs,
Right.
pay him what it would cost to get the order to demolish it. But essentially, we're at the point where we're either going to play ball or we're going to court.
And I believe this is the one too, that is a strange situation with the taxes. The taxes are basically in the hands of the county trustee because the condition of the building is such that even a tax buyer won't touch it. But they're making some sort of payments to the county trustee on the back taxes. But you have to be careful with those things too, because if you all remember who John Appelt was, that's how he got a hold of the former guest, that building over there, for $318 from the county trustee to cost tens of thousands of dollars of damage. So those are a two-edged sword because it makes it easy for the wrong person to get in touch with them. On the 18 Broad Street property, notice has been sent out, card hasn't come back, but it's been posted, and I always mail them first class too, which didn't come back to the address where I was advised that he was residing. So, that one's basically, I don't think any action's been taken over there to clean up any of the mess or and like I say, it's clearly uninhabitable and, covered with junk everywhere to boot. So, that's probably one to go ahead with. And then I guess related to that, Bodie wrote some citations at the rental property where the owner of 18 Broad Street is currently living. And I've sent a follow-up unsafe buildings notice, or not an unsafe buildings, but an ordinance violation notice to the owner of that there's considerable piles of junk and a considerable mess over there. I think, also result of that same individual.
Okay. I guess what I'm looking at this point is approval by the board to file in court, though I will say it's not my intent to file tomorrow. I'm going to keep reaching out and just say, these are your options. But essentially, I'm looking for the ability to file in court at this point for these two properties.
I move.
Second.
First by Reuter, second by Allen.
Allen,
Yes.
Miller,
Yep.
Minders,
Yes,
Reuter,
Yes.
Manthe.
Yes.
And, like I said, I'm not going to file them tomorrow. I'm going to try to reach out myself, but we'll see where we're at in the month, I guess what I'll say. Chip and seal project, Bodie.
You can see on South Stanton. I don't know if you have a picture of the map or not. We're gonna do I think 5 blocks, is it? South Stanton, obviously where the gravel is, and then up by the school. We're gonna do 2 blocks there, and then on Ridge.
South Stanton doesn't go by the school.
Well, that's just South Stanton is
The 2 blocks that run parallel to the school.
Oh,
yeah
okay.
Cook Street and
Sorry.
Cook and what is it, Chestnut? We're gonna do that L. It's South Stanton is the first one. We're gonna do a double seal on that. We're gonna do a block of Ridge Street and then 2 blocks up by the school. So essentially it's 5 blocks with the double seal. And Helm is going to be doing that
Basically everywhere we dug,
pretty much.
unfortunately.
And
The bid was what, 24 or something?
yeah, so just under what we need to put it out for bids. So it's 24 to do it all. It's 25 to put it out for bids.
Mhm.
So gotta get it done.
Strange that
Is it where that water
legislation
main
that
broke up by the schools?
passed
That
that raised to
It's
30
just
that came out
West
of-
Cook Street
passed out
and
on
then
both
South
committee,
Chestnut.
the committee in the House and the
The
committee in the
school
Senate.
is-
but
Oh, you're doing
never-
Cook Street like in front of the
Never
new
got
parking
signs.
lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna do that out.
Sorry, I thought you were doing the backside where the water main
And then-
was.
South Ridge by East Division, that first block,
Yeah.
that's real bad. And then obviously the gravel.
Section in Stanton.
On Stanton from two, the one where the main broke and then the block.
Where the thing happened at the school, I don't think they want that fixed immediately, do they?
I don't think so. I don't know if they're gonna end up, I mean, that's their responsibility to.
No, I know that.
But yeah, if
They wanna dig up
right.
their fire something or another.
Which that is not my problem. So if they can do that in their own time. So.
In theory, I don't think you dug up any of the street, did you?
Is it parking? Was it
It's all
just
their
the
parking.
lot?
I mean,
That's all.
should be on them.
That's all.
As far as water main breaks go, that was a nice one. Like, what's our problem?
Kids were happy they got out of school for a day.
I don't think the
Not all of
donuts
them.
and grown-ups were very.
We might want to get a hold of Surf Internet too. There's still there's one on Chestnut and there's a couple on some other streets where they bored down. They didn't fill the holes yet.
Yeah, Jose's been working. I know he was here this weekend. So
He's been here,
Yeah, he was at my house.
let's say, I've seen him
Sunday.
a couple of times.
yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think he was here.
Did
So they're
you
still
both
working.
get internet
They are
from
still
that?
working on it. I've called them. I've told them.
We're gonna talk about that because everybody's
Up
gonna
by
sign
your
off
house?
on it on our street.
Yeah.
I told them how to do it.
They hit
Sitting
the
here,
gas
they still
line,
haven't got
they
the
dug
job
that
done.
whole bank.
No, but that's because we don't need to sign this
Well, it
document.
sounds like they're still here
How I originally told them
trying to
to do
fix
it
it,
was,
so.
come to my yard, I can give you
Yeah.
permission to do that, you can
Yeah.
access everybody's home.
Where some
Oh, yeah.
kids
They didn't do that.
put
Had you
it
give
down
them some
there.
dirt?
And I asked Rob that somebody comes back.
They didn't have any dirt.
No, when we
I
had,
got the document.
when
I
we
just
had our
circled.
pre-construction meeting here, we talked about that, he never followed through.
So we need a motion for the chipping and sealing project. $24,000 is the bid.
Make a motion.
That's gonna come out of capital, I
It's gonna
assume,
come on general fund.
or yes, general fund.
I'll second
Allen,
Yes.
Miller, Minder,
it. Yes.
Ruder,
Yes.
Mandy.
Next year we can
Yes.
use water fuel.
Next year, the motor fuel tax money is gonna go poof.
All
Well,
right.
maybe not.
Moving
Oh, but hold up, but have we heard anything out of IDOT?
2028 or
If you were at the
2029.
meeting on time, you would know the answer to that.
They might postpone
Oh,
to
I'm
29.
sorry.
So. There's no set date yet. Nothing is.
No, I meant
No
as far,
determination on the.
I meant as far as
bypass funds.
Our funds, we were told to have 3 years of motor fuel tax. This is the 3rd year. But I can foresee that price going, it's gonna be inflated. So I'm not sure, but they said 3 years. This is the 3rd year, so next year I'm gonna start using motor fuel tax again. And just go from there.
No, I meant about the storm sewer, because there was rumor we had to pay for it, and then they said, no, they were paying for it, so.
I haven't heard anything on that yet.
Okay.
I think we're gonna pay for it ultimately, but I heard they might do it, or we might have to do it ahead of time, but if they're pushing it back a year, I actually haven't heard that yet from them, but
I talked to
we're
Sarah,
waiting and seeing.
County engineer. She reached out to him for another project she's doing on Shannon Route, and that's what she said. They were talking 2028, but maybe 29.
It's getting pushed back.
So in other words, we just got pushed off the top of the burner for a change.
It might be good for her. I mean, it might be
Yeah.
okay.
Well, it gives us time to get our project done.
Yeah.
All right, Rich Designs, this is for our website. Last year was his first year, quoted us $600 to do it. Said it was a little bit more work than he expected, so he's asking for $1,000 this year. That's hour of additional work every month, plus all routine maintenance, security updates, and upkeep for $1,000.
Do you want it done?
I would like that done.
You can spend $1,000. You don't need us.
That's true, I could.
website looks good. I think.
Yeah, I think it looks really good.
I mean,
It's helpful for me, because when people call and ask me for something, it's just like, oh, website.
exactly.
We have
need-
We have a few things upcoming too. He's working on water bill online payments for those who want to do that. We're gonna have water and sewer having its own page where we can direct people to questions about that as well.
Ooh,
Plans for public works.
Perry sounds exciting.
We'll get police and ordinance enforcement on there as well. Those are kind of my goals for the next few months, but
Perry's gonna do a weekly video blog.
Yeah.
Ryan would really like me to, I think.
so, yeah, I would like that. And not use my 1,000 in case, we need to do things this month.
Oh, I move we do the website thing for $1,000. Got the money like it's mine now.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Wow, crickets.
There's so many. Does anybody oppose?
Very good.
Let's just do that.
You gotta do your roll call.
No, I don't want to. Okay. Allen, Miller,
Yep.
Binder,
Yes.
Reuter,
Yes.
Manthe.
Yes.
Trying to get out doing that, but.
I know. All right, not last. Next on the agenda is park improvements. I want to talk about this generally because I'm looking at the OSLAD grant later this year, which requires 50% matching. But I also wanted to talk about Lions Park specifically on this. I've had initial conversations, certainly not down packed, and we haven't sat down and talked about Shannon acquiring Lions Park from the school and Lions Club. Again, very early conversations. I want to know if the board was interested in acquiring Lions Park. We do currently maintain it, I believe, right, Bodie?
Yeah, we mow it.
So Lions has to,
Do we do the dumpster? I know I called it dumpster.
Yeah, the village pays for the dumpster too.
Doesn't go to the village, don't you get it when it's
I
not down
I
there?
go at the park and one over there, and then I cancel that one after
Oh.
baseball season.
Yep.
Which I could, when is baseball season over? July? Wait till the 4th of
The
July.
last week of June.
I've never specifically researched it. It may be one of those urban legends like the 99-year lease of the building down here, but to take you back to probably unpleasant days of law school with possibilities of reverter and things like that, that I've heard that part of the arrangement with Lions Park deal with when that was originally gifted to the school, that there's a possibility of a reverter in the deed, something that more or less says for so long as it's used for educational purposes. Or
Gifted to the school, the school owns
I
it.
don't know, it's very, I might say that could be one of those urban legends, or there could be something to it as well. It'd probably be something.
talking to Lions in the school, their belief is that the school owns it and Lion has a lease. Nice and simple. Is
Let's
what
say the school's owned it.
That is,
Right.
That's,
we sublease it from Lions
Yeah.
Park for baseball.
Yeah, so that's my understanding, but we'll look into it. And again, certainly haven't even brought to any board members. I just talked to Alex at the school briefly. I talked to your dad about it briefly.
which we spoke at the last Lions Club meeting, and the Lions are of the opinion to leave it the way it is.
All right.
Well, and I was just gonna say, unless something changed at the Lions Club, because our baseball organization wanted to take it over 3 years ago, and the Lions Club got their lease out and said, we have 19 more years left on our lease and we don't intend on breaking it.
What I told Kyle's dad is I'd like to invest a lot of money in our parks, and I don't know about investing money into a park that's not ours. The school has no use for it.
The school has no use for it, but the school also has little to no care of what we do with it either.
Well, in my mind, if the village is already paying for
Don't take this the wrong
upkeep
way.
and
It's way easier to get somebody to donate things to the Lions Club than it is the village. Like all the work that just happened there a week ago was all donated. It was all donated because their kids played baseball or softball there. And I know that work gets slowed down immensely if we involve more government entities.
I think what Ryan's getting at is involving less, just having it be owned by the city.
You know, in my mind, as
Um,
long as the contract goes through next month, we're saving at a bare minimum 65 grand, and that's with legal costs that I'm expecting the first year, 65 to 70 grand. I would like just to take that money and put it into the parks budget this year and spend a lot of money on parks.
Okay, this might be a dumb question, but if the school owns it, you guys have a lease, why does it matter who owns it if you guys continue your lease? So if the village takes over ownership, you still have your lease, the village can still technically do things with it.
That's
Since
great.
it's theirs.
But you're essentially trying to buy control out from under the Lions Club.
And there's things you can work out for that. I mean,
I don't,
in my mind, I don't know if we can spend vast amounts of taxpayer dollars on something we don't own.
Right, Lions would still be leasing it, it would just be,
Or we can,
Different owner.
or we can work
I
out an
think-
agreement
I
with
think
Lions.
we're
we're gonna upgrade things.
I think the
and it's
biggest
ours.
issue
Yeah.
is that right
I
now,
understand.
and maybe I'm wrong, it's been
go ahead and
It's
say it,
been a
because I'll
while.
agree to it.
It's been a while since I've been at a Lions Club meeting, like 2 or 3 years, but I think the Lions Club has free will to do whatever they want, however they want, whenever they want, and they want it that way.
Pretty much.
Well,
If they want to have an event, they have an event. If they want to let the Little League work, they let the Little League work.
and that can still happen. There's nothing wrong with that, but
Well, don't take,
Is
the
there an
Lions Club-
actual lease
Yes.
or is there
Oh, yeah.
an
yeah,
actual written?
it's a
document?
5-page lease.
It was, yeah,
So
it was a
Wow.
25-year lease, it was just renewed in 2018.
whenever we built the pad,
2019, whenever the Dillo pad was built, that was when the lease was renewed.
so
Because trust me, we tried as an organization to take it over, because
The-
we use it most of the time.
how do I say this correctly? The village gets along with everyone today. They haven't always.
I understand past
So no
concerns.
offense to the village, but no thanks. That was the sense of the room at the Lions Club, last Lions Club meeting.
That's fine. But I also just heard your dad give a speech about how there's 7 Lions Club members with no money.
He got demoted. He's no longer in charge of Lions Park after the last meeting because of that, because nobody else felt that way.
I think Lions Park is a wasted opportunity, what's happening there now, to be quite frank. But
There's no reason, if you would like to donate, there's no reason you can't donate to any project that goes on there. But as far as
I can
having to
donate,
control it,
but the village.
please don't take
donated
this
is
the wrong
different.
way. I don't trust the village that much. I've been stabbed in the back by this municipality more than once. Not by you, but no offense, we all change.
Well, that's true. A $40,000 donation or an infrastructure to Lions Park doesn't change, though. But I'll bring it up. I'll talk to Lions again.
Ryan, I'm not trying to discourage you, but I pounded my head against the wall for the better part of 2.5 years trying to get the baseball organization to take it over. And finally, they beat me down to a point where I just gave up. So,
Well, that's unfortunate. Like I said, my goal is I would like to move the money that we're saving from police to parks. I mean, infrastructure is something I also want to make sure that money's going to, but I think, Shannon Village Park, there's a few things that need to be quite, upgraded. I think one of the seesaws is literally falling off and there's some broken stuff on the east side of Village Park. So there is money we could spend at Village Park, but it's also kind of full for the most part. There's not much room to add on.
I don't disagree. I think Lions Park is a great opportunity to have something really nice in our town, but
What else? I mean, come up with a project.
The
There's
village-
no reason we can't work together.
The village cannot give tens of thousands of dollars
Well,
of taxpayer dollars to something it does not own.
I'm here to tell you the Lions Club is not going to support turning it over to the village at this point. They've been stabbed in the back more than once over it.
Well.
Brian, I'm telling you the feeling of the room at the last meeting.
Well, I guess wait another 4 years and there might not be a Lions Club anymore in 4 years. So I think that's an unfortunate and short-minded view on the behalf of the Lions Club, to be quite frank, but it is what it is.
Sorry to say, it was 2 years ago that the village got into a pissing match with the Lions Club and decided to end the Lions Club. This municipality has been everything but friendly over the last 10 years. Now, it has gotten better in the last 2, but it has been
I can only control the village that I'm dealt
I
with and
understand
that I'm
completely.
currently running. I can't
I understand
talk about the
completely.
last 20 years
Or the
So-
next 20 though, and that's
Or-
what he's for.
or the
That's where the Lions Club is. We've been down that road.
Well, and this is only going to shoot myself in the foot because my organization is the one that uses it and counts on the village maintaining it. But why are we maintaining it? if we
Well,
have
that's a
not-
good question. I brought this up originally last year. I had brought this up. I've always looked at Lyons as the most underdeveloped, underutilized spot in Shannon by a country mile. And we are spending hours down there, spending money for something that we don't own, that there's nothing for us down there.
So the original agreement, from what I was told, was the village agreed to mow it if the Lions Club, when they went and bought their new mower, would buy a mower deck. Now, that did not happen during the Bonnie administration because, well, she didn't know about it. But that's what we were told.
Yeah, 'cause that's like, how many hours it take to
Oh.
mow that?
Few.
Or they
Yeah,
could be doing
Oh,
something
by the
else.
way, that got inflated during that argumentative phase too. It was somewhere like 8 or 10 hours. And the guy who did it for 15 years goes, it takes 5.
5 hours.
Yeah.
Per week.
I don't misunderstand.
I would like
And we're
for,
paying for garbage. I just want to make clear what we're actually spending on this.
You are
Part
being,
that we do
you are
not
being
own.
involved in a community project. Same way I am, same way he is.
I mean, the hard part is if we didn't do that with the Lions Club, keep the upkeep then and still then allow us to
can I
utilize
make
it
a
for
motion where we mow
sports.
it twice a week? No, I'm just kidding.
We have to. Especially with the rain.
I know.
And you know what, guys? I'm not saying, you know what? Come up with a plan. We've talked multiple times about buying a bigger mower and being able to help do that. But it's not a one-person job, if that makes any sense.
Here's the thing, I'll just bring out, in a transfer of property, you can put a whole number of conditions on that would alleviate, I'd imagine, most of the concerns that Lions would have.
The word trust is a big one.
And I'd like legal better.
And Ryan,
I
that's
like the
not
law.
directed at you.
No, I understand, I'm just saying, I like the law, and law can get pretty specific. But, all right, well, that's unfortunate. Where else would we like to improve village property?
I guess a somewhat interrelated issue is where the food pantry is and the lease that really doesn't exist for that. I guess the only legal description is for the entire parcel. And, the question becomes is it the intent of the board to lease the entire parcel of property over there to the food pantry or something
I know,
less than that?
I know a few years ago,
Because I know that's considered, I've heard that referred to as Badger Park since I
Yeah,
was a
right.
kid.
and this might, I think this might
Badger
even
flood zone.
predate me. They started talking about a dog park and they decided it's a flood zone, so they didn't want to do anything over there. That's my understanding
Yeah,
of
you'd
it.
have to bring in a whole bunch of fill to make
Yeah, you
that.
can't put a fence
So
in.
you'd have to do the same thing as what the guy did that built the storage shed and all that stuff over here on the highway. He had to bring in semi-loads and semi-loads of fill to make that a viable piece of property for him to build his shed and storage units there. They would have to do the same thing over there if they were gonna build anything on that piece of property, because it floods with a sprinkle.
The only part that doesn't flood isn't part of the property, it's the neighbor's property.
I mean, I guess the easiest thing is just to give them the actual land underneath that, just in case a future board wants to do something with Badger Park.
I'd say give the whole damn thing to the township.
Or that's an easier option and be done with it, but, we're closing off the possibility again of the village really doing much for 99 years
But
without an
don't-
agreement by the Shannon.
I mean, it doesn't have to be for 99
Sure.
years either. It's my understanding from at least what you told me or what it is, that there's some benefit.
Yeah.
I mean, my thought was
No,
just
they're
give it to
actually
the
trying to get a
township or
grant to
give it to the
extend
not-for-profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is theirs, but that there's some benefit to having two governmental entities involved in it to, I guess, makes it.
Yeah, that's what I was told by the township, that if they apply for this grant with two municipalities or two government entities, working in conjunction, they can ask for more money.
They have
So,
two.
That's what he's getting at.
The two townships, you
No,
know?
No, they have
Oh.
two townships.
Yeah. I don't know. I was
Correct?
Yeah, Lanark, yeah.
I say, it's the Rock Creek, Lyman, Shannon, Cherry Grove. It's their, they don't
Because it's
need
technically
us.
Lanark and Shannon's.
Yeah.
Food pantry. But at that point, I don't think Lanark was on board
Because they want to move to Lanark.
because they wanted to go to Lanark. So that's why we had asked.
Kip's question is, do we give them the whole property? You just want to make it more narrow for what it's currently standing on, a little more, whatever they want to improve. And give them the whole property. I'm sure if a future board wants to do something, they can amend it with the township.
And I mean, the problem is, like I say, none of this was ever recorded. So in order to record it, you got to have a legal description as to what it's, what it applies to. And the only existing legal description is the one for the entire parcel.
Do we maintain Badger Park too?
And that was the other point, that if it's virtually useless to the village, we're still spending money to maintain it, as opposed to giving it to somebody else that let them spend the money to maintain it.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I don't see why we shouldn't lease them the entire property, but I think we need to have a part of the lease where
They
they need to
maintain it.
maintain it.
It's fine with me.
Okay, I'll try to come up with a draft for the next meeting.
We already voted on this, so I think just our general assent is good enough.
Okay,
There's no sewer buried in there, is there?
Yeah, there is.
So you would
Water
still
and
need,
sewer.
you would still need to maintain access to that, but other than that,
I don't know if I knew that.
there's storm runoff, there's sanitary,
Yeah,
there's
there's main. I mean, there's sewer main. There's
sewer over here, is it behind me?
Yeah. Water.
Water's behind me.
You know what happened there? Sure, there's water. No, there might not be water main. That might be up front, but I know there's sewer main that runs
Water
right
looks like
through
it's
that.
all on the road.
Yeah, the sewer definitely runs.
The sewer's right next to the building, isn't it?
Yep.
You see, the water should be in front.
Yeah, there's a manhole out.
That water is new.
There's a manhole out the middle of it somewhere.
Be right next to the building, wouldn't it?
It like splits the property right in half.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we'd still have access to
There's a
that,
sewer drain.
regardless if they had the whole thing or not.
They may want to think about that when they start adding on to their building though.
I don't think that's
I don't
gonna happen.
think that's gonna happen, yeah.
Oh, really? What happened?
It's not gonna happen. They're not- They won't be adding another building.
Oh, they're not doing anything now?
So
Yeah.
maybe we don't want to waste any more time pursuing it any further.
Yeah, maybe we don't want to. I mean, they're,
That grant isn't, it wasn't specifically for that, like they couldn't use the grant. So
So it have to be all donations.
100% donation and.
so now there's this
100% donate.
there's this rumored lease that doesn't actually
I
exist.
told
that
them
they're
how to
using.
do it for
Right.
20 grand.
Well, we still,
It may exist, but it's certainly not part of the record.
I think we still voted on memorializing that lease, to just
Okay.
make sure it's all good to go. So, even if that's not happening, I think the vote was to memorialize it, so.
And I know that was, had something to do with the building that was once the township building.
It was, yeah,
But,
until they moved.
and like say, there's no, unless you have something in your records, there's nothing recorded that says exactly what was leased to the township or anything else. So, I don't know if I can, I don't know if there's something I could come up with, just the footprint of the building, or like say, so I guess the lease would be with the township rather than with the food pantry.
Correct.
Okay.
Any other parks people want to discuss?
Are we, so if they're not doing the grant, do we need a lease with them, or are we happy?
Well, we
with
don't
them?
have, there's not one that actually exists that anyone knows of or recorded, so.
Here's my question. Are we asking the food pantry to like give us money or? Cause that doesn't seem like a good idea.
We were just going to actually memorialize what everyone thinks actually exists but does not.
Yeah, because the township owns the building. They just don't own the ground that's on.
They don't own the dirt, but
Yes.
they don't want the grass.
Well, I don't know if there's anything that memorializes that the township even owns the building.
Right, so
Really?
let's make sure that actually
Say,
exists.
I was always told the township owned the building
Because that was the township building.
prior to
The
1990.
legal description shows the record owner is the village of Shannon, that whole thing over there, period, end of story. There's no recorded lease. There's nothing that shows anything about any lease of any kind anywhere that's ever been recorded
When was the new
since
building built?
the last time that there was any transaction related to that property was 1952. when it was
So
deemed
what's
the
on
village.
the dirt
New
farm.
township.
So the building.
I thought you
is
said
probably
23. I was
Well,
like,
that's what it is legally right now. So let's still memorialize it. Let's give the township their township building.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So let's still memorialize that. That was the vote. So let's get that done and get the i's dotted.
Did we pick a year?
Um,
A starting year, I mean.
Park improvements for Village Park. Like I said, there are a lot of things that need to be improved that I'd like to get done this year. Steve, Bodie, you guys have any idea how much you need to get that fixed?
Got
Need
some
around
bad trees in there.
trees. Need about 300 to put a roof on that fort on the southwest corner.
$300.
Yeah, $300.
Yeah.
For what?
I'd like to put a roof on that, finish that fort on the corner. The old
That
roof,
Oh, the southwest corner there.
that was tore off years ago.
So do you have a plan on what you want to do at the park?
No?
The seesaw needs to be replaced. The little slide and climbing gym, I guess, on the west side, what you actually hold on to go up is broke. I know because my kids can't go up it. So, I mean, that's
So just
fixed.
little
These are
stuff.
little things,
Right.
but I'd like to make sure everything is looking good at least.
So you guys want to go through the park, come up with a list and bring it to the next meeting or?
Yeah, we can. Yeah,
If it's
so,
under-
yeah, we usually
if it's
use,
under
like,
$1,000,
we
just go
buy-
fix
we
it.
buy mulch and sand and.
Yeah.
All the other stuff, I
Minor
mean,
stuff.
The flowers and the
seahorses,
flowers.
flowers. If you wanna do more of the building, enclose more of the building.
Oh.
If you wanna do more concrete up there,
Oh.
like we did.
I will say though, living right at the park, that I understand why that is a great addition for when we do the events like the Boo Bash, things like that. But I think when we're not doing that, we should have those open because kids are congregating in the little cove in there.
Uh-huh.
We put a camera in there too.
Well, there's a camera there.
That's actually
Like, what are
in
they
the,
doing? Or do you?
Just screwing off big children.
I think the other day I saw someone riding a bike off of one of the picnic tables, like, you know, not anything destructive, but thing that's not,
Not yet.
they think they can't be seen now because they're like tucked back in there. So
is
if
there
we
an actual
close
camera inside the shelter house?
So
Okay,
if
I
we
thought it was
close
just
off-
above.
more, it's
Yeah,
going to
we
give
can, we
them,
can open
Oh,
them.
signs.
I say those are, they're portable, aren't they?
What's that?
The walls. I mean, they're temporary walls.
Well, the tops we can open.
I
yeah,
think we
that's,
should,
that's
then
what I
think we
mean
should
is
open.
unless we need them closed, I think they should stay open. We add all that you want on
I
there.
think the reason why we kept them closed is so that they weren't like hanging on them
Well, I see
and
that.
like climbing up
I see
on them.
that too. But now they're using it as, you
A
can't
secret.
see me.
You need a camera that you can just see through. I actually can't see you.
All right, get a
Ring
list of what
doorbell at the park for
what
food.
needs to be improved at the park, and we'll, and like I said, if it's under $1,000, just do it.
I mean, we can maybe add more lights in there too, and maybe like automatic lights or something where they can't
I
turn
say
the
the
lights
lights come
off.
on by timer, don't they?
Not in the shelter house.
Not the shelter house.
But I mean, we could leave them on or
I was just saying,
on or off or whatever.
make them come on with the lights that you have out in the park. Don't they come on by dawn to dusk?
No,
Or are
it's
they on a
timer.
timer?
Well, I'm saying maybe we could do
Well,
like,
Plug them in.
we can do like auto lights, so if someone walks in there, they turn on. So then kids won't be there
That might,
after dark
That would
or
make-
And
something.
then not running all the time too.
So that'll be
I don't have a
seen.
dog.
I don't know. We'll come up with a list. We're gonna spend some time together tomorrow anyway, so we can talk about it tomorrow, right, Steve?
Yep.
Are you gonna have to hire out?
Probably Dodger.
What's that?
Islands. The maple, soft maple, not from the top down.
Time for them to
I'd like to
go.
see some new equipment there at some point.
We
Uh,
For the
had
next
there's-
like 5 to 10 years.
Well,
Something nice and big and
I get it.
new.
I'd be fine. I mean, I'd like to spruce up our parks this year. So
Yeah,
if you have
they're
any
dangerous.
ideas,
did break off.
The issue
I think
with-
those things are
I
like
shouldn't
lots
say
of
the
money though.
issue.
I don't know.
I was gonna say, I shouldn't say the issue, but because they are in a public park and have to be certain standards and it is all like that little tiny tractor thing that went in 7 or 8 years ago, whatever that was, cost like $50,000.
Let's say it's 50 grand. My kids have one picked out they like.
wait, what one?
The little
The
tractor
little
backhoe
tractor,
thing.
The like newest piece of equipment that's on the very east side of the park there, like almost in the center, closer to the south end. It's like a little tractor looking.
On the east side of the park. Your
jumbo
side of the
gym
park.
play.
Yeah, it's a little skid loader.
Yeah.
Yeah. That thing was, that project was like 50 grand.
Yeah.
And it was the two twirly cups, the little skid loader that bounces back and forth and that slide thing. Correct
Was
me if
50
I'm wrong.
grand.
And the
And that
bar.
was like 10 years ago.
A little longer than that.
I'm more into finding vintage stuff that's in good shape.
My
Yeah,
wife,
yeah, for
my kids
pennies
have
on
picked
the
out what
dollar.
they want. Have you ever been to,
Preston,
oh man,
Iowa.
Preston, Iowa?
Love that park.
I mean, it just
My
has to be
my
a good
kids are
working
14
order,
and
though, doesn't it?
11
Because-
and they love that place.
It's amazing.
All right,
does it
I'm
have to-
gonna look up the legal specs.
I was gonna say, because if
Weird.
it's in good working.
You're telling me that
condition,
stuff
how
was
is
worth
it?
50 grand. It's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up what.
Throw him a
Other stuff
park
she
catalog,
made,
would you
yeah.
please?
But you know what I mean, instead of.
Yeah.
Cody,
spending
tell them we're not
millions of
wrong. That thing was, that
Yeah, they were
area
right.
was
Yeah, I was saying
$50,000.
Listen here.
Well,
I wasn't here, but I
Yeah.
heard.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen here. Come up to somebody who was
One
here.
marketplace
Here,
all
what's
day
this
long
here?
and find vintage,
It was
really
expensive.
well-built
Yeah.
stuff.
All, I'm here to tell you, the first time I ever opened that catalog, I went, oh my God.
Yeah, it's insane.
Don't we still get those catalogs? Get him one.
It's
Well,
not
yeah.
built to last either.
Yeah, it's
Oh, it's
all right.
insane.
insane.
I love
I know.
Paying for
And the only reason why
insurance.
Ackland just fundraised a whole bunch of money like 2 years ago for that, everyone's up in arms because of the situation there, but they just fundraised a whole bunch of money for a playground.
Maybe we could buy theirs.
Right.
They wanna
Are they
sell it.
selling
They didn't
it?
buy, they never bought it.
Oh,
They never bought it.
Oh,
They
they
wanna
raised
give the
money,
money
but
away?
then didn't actually buy it.
they want to give the money
Oh,
away?
yeah,
That
that
was
kind of makes it
Oh,
bad.
no, crap.
Yeah.
Funny
So,
how that works.
but they had fundraised, I don't know the exact number, but it was
It was like 50 grand.
like 50 grand and it was like a piece of equipment, like
It was supposed to be for
Oh,
preschool or.
Yeah,
it was
Yeah,
like
it
a
was supposed
preschool
to be
stuff.
for the.
10
yeah,
years is wore
the
out.
younger
Good fish
kids
fries,
playground.
Oh, yeah.
for that.
So,
That
Those
stuff
swings
across
with
from
the-
your house, you would be mind blown if you knew what
what
was
the
spent.
school district spent on that.
Uh-huh. You would be insane if you knew what that stuff cost.
All right.
Like, it's like-
Sorry, buddy.
More than most houses in Shannon.
Yes.
I'm with you though. I'd like to see something. Maybe we can,
My kids like.
We'll look at it.
Yeah.
Look at stuff that's not 50 grand, hopefully.
Right. I'm here to tell you, we just want to buy garbage cans the one day. And garbage cans were like $1,000 for park-oriented garbage cans. We're like, this is insane.
All right, I gotta look at the legal requirements for park equipment because that does not compute with me.
I don't think there is any if it's not,
Yeah,
I don't think it's a legal requirement, just what it costs, right?
Because it's safe.
All right, moving on from parks, unless someone else wants to talk about parks. All happy with our parks discussion? All right. I put the contract on because I thought there was a chance there would be something worth discussing. I talked to the sheriff again this morning. Things are still going through, just to, show you. I've been making edits to it and drafts I'm gonna send him, and he's meeting with the county administrator today and talking to the chair and vice chair, and they're gonna get back to me this week. I plan on bringing Talia. She's available to do final negotiations and contract. And,
Wait, I thought we nominated Kyle.
No.
and we'll have this ready to present soon. So I just put it on here. Anyone have anything to add on this? All right. Appropriations and budget.
Equipment. give them the equipment. It's on you, sister.
We spent a whole meeting last year on appropriations, so I just printed off 3 copies, one for each side, and then one for myself up here. So looking into going into a budget instead of appropriations, to be quite frank, I think the legal requirements around the budget don't make sense for Shannon. I think it makes more sense to keep an appropriations ordinance and then have an internal budget that we attempt to follow instead, or at least give us some guideposts. The reason for that is if we adopt the budget ordinance instead of appropriations, there's a lot of requirements that go along with that. Where appropriations is just, this is the max amount of money we think we might spend this year. And then we enter that. So that's my feeling on the budget versus appropriations, at least legally. But I think it's a great idea to have an internal budget, and I know Talia's been working on that.
Hardly, Erica's done all the work, but I did meet with her, and she gave me kind of a rundown, which I probably share with you guys too, as far as what she put together. It's all based on previous years unaudited stuff, year to date, and then just putting in the numbers, try and create some form of a budget. I agree, I don't think it's overly necessary to do all the hoops to do it through the state legally wise.
Yeah, we have to have a budget officer then, a new role that has to do all this stuff.
You're after an internal checklist, an internal, he just said the word guidepost. That's what you're after.
Yeah, more of an
Something that I could
internal
say,
budget.
Hey, we're in budget. We've planned for this.
Because otherwise, appropriations is like.
It's a wider open plan.
Nothing.
I mean,
In
yeah,
comparison to actually have, what numbers we actually use, where it's going, what's acceptable, and kind of seeing the whys as far as.
and being
what
able
we
to
go
keep
over.
track too. If we have this
Right.
internal budget, say, hey, this year your department's supposed to spend 100, you're 6 months in and you're at 70 grand, what's going on?
Right, kind of get a better eye on it. And from like the clerk's standpoint, Erica basically just said it's a toggle button they can change, and it bases it off of the profit and loss, which is all essentially in there already. It's just putting in a budget format. Otherwise, it's all in there. So it didn't really take her, I don't think, some time, but not excessive amount of time to put it together.
Let's be honest. Could you not print out I don't mean a formal budget, but I mean a cash flow statement out of, it's not called QuickBooks, it's ClerkBooks, in about 37 seconds? Seems like something that would be presented and I'm not picking on you, I'm not even picking on Denise, that would be the step in the direction we're after, correct?
Yeah, because overall, again, we're just approving, finances that come out before we even approve it, so you might love that. This gives us a better eye on what's actually happening and where things are coming out and going and
While it's happening.
all the stuff.
Yeah.
That even if we reviewed it, monthly, the clerk and treasurer would probably review it, us at least quarterly, to make sure we're on the right page.
That could be literally part of the report.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, we'd love to get a week in advance of the meeting.
I can send what Erica gave me to everybody. But overall, it seems pretty simplistic as far as getting it going. I haven't went through all of the numbers, but she just punched in budget numbers based off of previous 3 years. So.
Ryan, you brought up about the amount of money you're gonna save with the police department.
Mhm.
You realize the lion's share of that needs to go into capital improvements of infrastructure.
I would.
Don't
number two.
misunderstand. I know you
Yeah.
wanna update stuff, but that's gonna have to be the lion's share of it.
I agree. I just thought the first year might be nice to see some use of that money, other
Like a
than
nice water
stuff in the
A
ground.
nice water main.
Eh,
It's about this big, really long, brings drinking water and fire water to town.
Just a couple blocks worth of it
Yeah.
to get started.
Oh, I forgot, I'm not alone in this. I have help.
Get rid of most of our lead service lines.
Legally with an appropriations order, what you're doing is setting the hour limits, your hour spending limits. You're not supposed to spend more than you appropriate. And of course, that's a prerequisite for being able to levy for real estate taxes, which provides a small part of the revenue that is, part of the total picture.
Don't laugh.
So for the, going specifically, I think it'd be nice to set a budget once we get those numbers more specifically, so we can say, hey, this year we expect Public Works to spend this amount of money, law enforcement services to be this much, and we can keep track of it throughout the year and adjust course if we need to. And that's something I'd like to see hopefully get done here in the next few months.
By the way, we're gonna have to adjust course every month because every month something comes up.
Yeah, which
One
is great.
portion of
And the nice thing of a working budget.
Yes.
And even though a lot of the reason why it's broken up the way it is the way you have to levy. So even though real estate taxation is only a portion of the revenue that's being appropriated, a lot of the way the appropriations ordinance has to be set up is to take into account the fund accounting that's required in order to levy real estate taxes under various funds. So that's kind of, if that makes any sense.
So I just want to quickly go through the ordinances, some numbers throw out that, and then Kip can get this written up for next year. Like I said, you guys, each side has a copy, but I have it pulled up here. General fund, legal expenses, I would say to go up to 30 to 40. I mean, if we're filing in court, I'd expect at least 35. So
That's not rate locked, is it? Kim,
What
that wouldn't be rate locked, correct?
what do you mean rate locked?
And appropriations, isn't most things rate locked that we don't get to raise or lower?
Oh, no, you can actually pass a supplemental appropriations ordinance.
right, we can always change it, but no, that's not, we get to change these numbers however we want.
Okay.
So legal, I'd say 35.
That only applies to real estate taxation,
That's
which
what
is
I
kind
meant.
of,
That's what I meant.
which is a portion of the, if you look at the first part of it, it kind of lists revenue from all sources, and one of those sources is for real estate taxation, but a lot of what you have to do in there is to satisfy the requirements to be able to levy for real estate taxes.
Police, it's currently 181. I would say, again, we want to over budget this first year, so I have 100K for the sheriff, even though we're hopefully getting credits for that, do the whole amount. Salary for ordinance enforcement, 5,000, another 5,000 for legal and miscellaneous. So I would say 120 to appropriate for this. Could even go higher. Like I said, it's not what we're actually spending at the max. So,
And we do levy real estate taxes for some, I think it works out to a little over $20,000 last year.
so for police, I would say, let's be safe and say $125,000 this year. Just, again, should not be that much, but just to over budget, which is the whole point of appropriations. Park and maintenance funds, demolition costs, we have to account for this year.
That'd probably fall under general fund though.
Okay. I mean, how much does it cost to demolish? I put 100,000.
That would get you a 2-story house.
It's expensive.
You don't want,
Depending
you don't want this.
particularly if the village ends up doing it, where you have to, any kind of commercial structure, but anytime they're going to want you to do a bunch of asbestos studies and
And if we only can do one
you
with
don't
our,
want this job.
no, we're gonna appropriate for it though, because we're heading that direction if we need to. So general fund 100 for demo. So that's back on page 1. Park development improvements is at 30,000. Like I said, I'd like to see more, but maybe up that to $50,000 this year. Especially since I learned that 2 twirling seats are $50,000.
No.
It's not just the
Not
two.
twirling seats.
It's that whole area.
All right, if I'd asked for that to be 50, just because I would like to spend more. And then the big one, wastewater fund, addition improvements and construction, I would say 1.2 million. That would account for the solar panel project and the $900,000 water main, if we get it. So taking that from 500 to 1.2 million. Because that's what we expect to spend if we get both of those. I mean, the grant, we would spend 125, that $900,000 would be a loan that we have to.
We're never gonna get this grant at this point.
No, he's talking about the solar grant.
Well, I think that's good money after bad, sadly, but I don't see how we
Solar
have the
grant
money.
and the water main bypass. We have to account for it because we might get it, is essentially what it comes down to. So 500 to 1.2.
What I meant was I don't see how we could spend $100,000 on solar panels when we need to be spending a whole bunch of money on the other infrastructure.
Because Kyle, in 5 years, we will have more money to spend on infrastructure from spending that's called ROI.
Let's get the grant first before you complain about the ROI
I'll
being.
sit down and I'll explain it.
I mean, if there's projected numbers, those,
But, yeah.
no reason to not put those in the,
But
on the
They're-
estimated revenue side
Right.
to make it look less high, so it doesn't look so lopsided either.
All right. Any contention over any of the numbers that I put?
Every day.
Again, these are just maximums that we might spend.
That's gonna last.
And then I would ask for 5% across the board, just increase everything by 5%
Sleep tonight?
over last year. Miles, Butch, any problems with any of those numbers?
No.
Talia,
Sounds good.
Steve? All right, Kip, I'll give you my notes, but
Okay,
those that we talked about, and then 5% across the board essentially.
okay.
So,
I
guess-
guess a copy of it, we're done.
yeah, we'll do it, we'll pass it at the next meeting, so we don't need anything now.
Right, and what I'll do is I'll bring a draft, because we don't have to pass it till the July meeting, actually.
Okay.
So I can do is bring some draft numbers or circulate some draft numbers if there's any discussion on any of them.
All righty. Closing comments, anyone has anything else they want to talk about? Then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion confirmed.
All right. Miles, you want to leave?
Second.
Okay. Any opposed? All right, 2 hours on the dot.
Wow.
We're setting records.